Hello, ladies. You know what time it is. It is Shatta time. Alexa, volume 7. It is time. Alexa, volume 6. Alexa, volume 4. Okay, she doing her own thing. Hello, ladies. It is Chitter Chatter time. Let's go ahead and tap in. Tonight, ladies, we are speaking about struggles with business. What do you ladies struggle with in business? Do you have a business? What do you struggle with opening your business? What are some things you've encountered owning your own business? We are speaking about it tonight, ladies. Miss Amanda Manigault is going to come in and she's going to give us the full breakdown on struggles owning your own business. She has been a business owner my entire life, so she is going to give you the full rundown. That is what we are speaking about tonight here on Shatter. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Black Girl Beauty. And first things first, you know what we're going to do, ladies? We're going to pour our drink. And tonight, ladies, what we are mixing is Jack Daniels. So, I'm just going to do Jack Daniels, cranberry juice, and orange juice. Just something quick. If you're just now tuning in, hello, drop a like, drop a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. It is Shatter time, and we are speaking about it here tonight, ladies. We are talking about business. You know, we discuss what matters when Black women Shatter tap in. We are mixing our drink, ladies. 3 shots of the Jack. You know that's how we do it. And that is that. And now that we have the Jack in there, we're going to go ahead and pour the cranberry juice. We are at, I'm always making a mess. We are at 5 ounces. You don't have to drink this whole drink if you're making with me. I'm going to take that to 7 with the cranberry juice. 9. Good. Gotta drown it out with the juice. You need too much alcohol. That would have been so ugly, ladies and gentlemen. That would be, I'm guessing 12 because it's over the 11 and it's at the top. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Black Girl Beauty Chitter Chatter. And one of the things I pride myself on when it comes to Chitter Chatter, this is a little breaking segment, real honesty moment. I pride myself on Chitter Chatter is being authentic. And that's what is going on with me right now. I don't know if you can tell, but I can tell. You know, my energy is always up. But right now, in this moment, I haven't even really received it yet. I was in the process of receiving some terrible, terrible news about my uncle. When I'm maybe 5 minutes broadcasting and has me a little disheveled. So that's why my energy is where it is. And that's God works in mysterious ways. And I'm only going to say that because what I'm dealing with right now in this moment, the woman I am, who I am, and how I am, and I'm saying that to say I don't do emotions, period. But to be on this platform, working, hosting my show, and I'm emotional, it's different for me. It's a whole new level, and that's why tonight's topic is so powerful because we are speaking about struggles in business. And ironically, what I was going to share with you as ladies and gentlemen, the topic is so perfect. struggles in business. And I'm struggling here with you ladies here tonight. And I can't even believe this is where I'm at. But this is what it is. One of the things I struggle with in business is being able to work when I have emotional things going on. Not to say that I can't work, but I'm real shut down when it comes to work. Like I almost didn't want to come on live, and it was literally 5 minutes before the live. But I'm like, I'm gonna push through and get on this live and make it through. And I'm a natural born actress. So the fact that I'm not snapping my emotions in line right now really got me even more disheveled. So on top of me dealing with that, that's why I said to know the type of woman I am, I don't do emotions, but to be in front of the world on a live, emotional, and I can't get it together is a big deal for me. But that's why this topic is so important, because when you're building a brand, when you're working, when you're in business, you have to be able to work through whatever it is that you're going through, no matter what. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have good days. You're going to go through things. You're going to get bad news. I have never in my life received bad news right before I was about to perform. And I've been performing my whole life. And this was literally, I'm telling you, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for Chitter Chatter to come on. I'm on a face chat. Like, these are the final moments. So I may miss them. So I'm a little emotional and disheveled. But I want to make it through this episode. And that's far more supporting this topic. Struggles in business. Sometimes you are going to be struggling emotionally, mentally, physically, and you have to still work. You still have to still get the message out. That's why I said God works in mysterious ways. Because I was just going to come on here and tell you, sometimes in business, I struggle with separating my emotion. Like if I'm in a bad mood, it comes out in business. I have a problem separating that. And I've never actually even dealt with that. So that's why God works in mysterious ways, because here he is placing me in a situation and circumstance where I still got to work. But he provided me an environment where I can be authentic and share that and work through it. And it has helped me. It has helped me, because I was going to go through this whole episode and not say nothing, because that's just the type of person I am. But I don't want to be struggling through this whole episode and it's like, what's wrong with her? And her energy isn't up. So if you're just now tuning in, this is Shatter. Miss Amanda Manigault is going to come in a second, and we're speaking on struggles in business. Alexa, volume 2. We are speaking on struggles in business. And I'm going through a personal struggle right here on live in front of you. And Miss Amanda is going to come in and speak to you about how you have to work through that. And that's just that I needed it. And right now she can really give me some advice on what I'm dealing with in this moment. Because listen, ladies, I just spent 10 minutes explaining it to you while I was mixing my drink, because I'm disheveled mixing my drink. I've never been like that. So I have it mixed though. I'm gonna go ahead and pour on up. Still gotta work. Still gotta handle business. No matter what you're going through, there will be struggles in your life and struggles in business, and you still have to work, and you still have to inform, and you still have to do your job. That is what we are doing here tonight, ladies. And this is Black Girl Beauty. This is what Black women do. We put it all on our shoulders and put on a strong face, and we make it happen. We're gonna take one toast into that, ladies. Struggles in business, make it happen. Woo. Woo. If you're just now tuning in, ladies, this is Shatter, and we are speaking about struggles in business. If you're a little late, you missed my whole little spiel about my energy and what I'm dealing with, but it struggles in business, and I'm working through it. And it's a whole new level for me, because I don't know how to deal with emotions, personal emotions. Like if I'm watching a movie and it's emotional, I boo-hoo cry. But my emotions, don't know how to do it. So me sitting in front of you on Chatter, working, be this emotional, I'm going to take one sip. God works in mysterious ways. He knew. That's why he knew to have me assign my mother to come in and co-host with me. However, my uncle that I was speaking about earlier is her brother. So what I'm going to ask for you ladies in this moment, and I've never done this, so I just pray for me, my mother, and my family as we go through this situation. Ladies and gentlemen, pray for me as I make it through this episode. Struggles in business. And it's not even that deep, but I'm not emotional. So I'm struggling with that. And when you are in business, you have to be able to put on a strong face. When you are going through things, you have to be able to still make your money. And if you can't, that will hold you back. In life, we have to fight through things and push through things. And that's what makes us stronger. Ooh, y'all, boy. I'm shocking myself. I'm shocking myself. Struggles in business. Hey, Dad. I love you. Oh, my God. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, Facebook users. Whoever put your drink in there, toast it up. I'm so happy to everyone that is tuning in. I hate where I am, but ladies and gentlemen, the topic tonight is struggles in business. What do you struggle with owning your own business? What are some struggles you have encountered with being a business owner? What is something you struggle with being in a business atmosphere? Me personally, what I was going to come on here and speak to you about was I grew up in a business. My mother was a business owner my entire life. She went from owning a salon to owning a beauty school, and I worked in both. I have a picture of me when I was about 5 years old with a broom in my hand. So whatever I could do at any age, I was doing it. I was 5, I was sweeping. 13, I was braiding, shampooing, all of that. Grown, everything. My struggle in business, and as a woman, I can admit this and be mature enough to say this. My attitude has always affected me in business. And I regret that so much that I was so immature and whatever I was on, because I was spoiled. But if I couldn't get what I wanted, I had an attitude. And it wasn't fair for me to be like that because my mother was running a business and she needed me to be at the top of my game and to be supportive. And had I knew then what I knew now, I would have sucked that on up and just did what I was supposed to do, because my attitude in a lot of situations in business period, but with my mother's business and me, it affected a lot of things because people expected me as the owner's daughter to always, be on the right page, just to be loving, to be happy, to be, encouraging in the business. And I used to be walking around with a attitude, mad, I don't want to be here, 13, I want to go outside and play, I don't want to be here. And I used to have an attitude to try to get my mom to be like, just go sit down. Sometimes it worked, most times it didn't. But I did it every time just to see if it was going to work or not. And what I'm saying is that affected our business. When you got somebody walking around your business with a bad attitude, that runs off customers, that makes people uncomfortable, that makes people not want to deal with you or your business. And as the owner, you have to, like I said, I was the owner's daughter. So if your child is that one, that reflects off of you. There are going to be moments and situations where you have to either check your child. And my mom was so busy in the shop, she never really had time to do that. When I say check me, I mean come on in the back. But it was that, the eyes. But what I'm saying is my struggle in business, in our business, was my attitude. And had I knew then what I know now, I would have checked that. And our business would have flourished and been way more than it was. And in business, you have to learn to set things aside and move forward, no matter what it is. And that's just one of the things that I struggle with in business. That is the thing I struggle with in business. And that was me speaking on a family business. But even at work, my attitude has affected me at work. I be mean, I don't want to talk. And, when you're being tolerated at work, people don't mind firing you. Let's take one sip to that. When you're being tolerated at work, people don't mind firing you. Like the second you do something and they want to get rid of you, get her up out of here. Her attitude's bad. No matter how good you work, we've been waiting to get rid of you because your attitude is bad. What are some things that you struggle with in business, ladies? What are some things that you have encountered? What are some things you know about you that make business hard? This is Chatter. Ladies, if you're just now tuning in, tell a friend to tell a friend. It is Chatter time. And we are speaking about struggles in business. And now, 18 minutes over. I spent way longer mixing my drink and telling my story than I intended to. But that's why I said God works in mysterious ways. Struggles in business. I needed that moment at the beginning of Chitter Chatter. I needed that moment to humble me. And that's what I mean by growth in God's time. And things are going to happen right on. So I needed that moment just to show me that sometimes you're going to have to push through. These are the moments that my mother was training me for in business. Those things I was trying to ignore. This is that. Like when you experience things, because everything in me wanted to be like, I ain't doing Chitter Chatter tonight. And it was literally 5 minutes before when I got the call. Stayed on until 8 o'clock. 8:01, I was like, 8:02, I was like, 8:03, and I pushed the button because I wanted to, because the topic, that's it. I'm just be honest. The topic is the reason why I came on, because it's so perfect. I was going to tell you I struggle with my emotions, but I was going to talk about my attitude. But this emotion that happened to me at the beginning of this episode is happening to me. Well, I hope it don't, but continue to happen to me throughout this episode is a different emotion. Like I'm good with attitude. Sadness, I check out. I don't want to be in front of nobody. But you have to be able to work through that. And my mom has been in my ear all my life telling me that. I don't care what you mad about. I don't care what you got going on. Set that aside and handle this business. And I've always fought against her with that. And that's just me being honest. And I don't even know how I got so honest in this moment. It's because I'm emotional and I'm just explaining it to you. But it's all a humbling process, and God works in mysterious ways. And acceptance is the first step. You have to be willing to admit that. Struggles in business, ladies and gentlemen. She's going to come in and tell you about struggles in owning your own business. I'm telling you about something I've encountered in business, working in business, and being the child of a business owner. You have to be able to work through everything. I was never able to set my attitude aside purposely. But here I am setting aside my sadness emotions. And it's different because, when you mad, you ain't doing nothing but frowning. When you sad, you liable to choke up, you liable to cry, you liable to do anything. And I ain't doing that. I like flower. But I'm doing that. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are speaking about struggles in business. And a lot of times in life, a lot of things that happen to us have nothing to do with what we're doing and how we're doing it. It's more so what's meant to happen to us and how it's meant to happen. Because nothing will miss you. And I'm saying that to say sometimes things happen in your life, such as what happened to me 5 minutes before I got on this live, to let you know that you're not where you need to be, to wake you up. And that's what people need sometimes. Like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And every time you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, something crazy happens. Something traumatic happens. Something happens that you didn't want to happen, you didn't expect to happen, and you got to deal with it. It's not going to stop happening until you change your life. A lesson not learned will repeat itself. And sometimes in life, things happen to you because you're running from who you're supposed to be. That's another struggle that I have with business. My business. Stepping out and owning business. You have so many things you don't want to do, so many places you don't want to go, so many ways you don't want to look. This emotional thing is me. First of all, I never wanted to go live in my life, but here I am. And this is why anything can happen on live. I can get emotional. Here I am emotional. And I had to step outside of the things I didn't want to do to be the woman that I am, to exist in my light, because that is what I'm supposed to be doing. And when you run from who you're supposed to be, circumstances will bring you right where you're supposed to be and smack you in your face because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing there. You at a concert, but you in the crowd and you should be on stage. Bird done pooped on you. What in the world with this? Because you're supposed to be on stage. If you've been on stage, you wouldn't have got hit. This is a little example, but that's how life works. And that's why it's important for you to own who you are and walk in your light so that you can be better in business. And that brings me to the poem for the night, your light. If you've ever wondered why nothing seems to go right, perhaps it's your inability to live within your light. You see, God has a purpose for each and every life, designated places and hidden open spaces on different levels and heights. He will always reveal your purpose to you. The question is, when you realize yours, what will you do? Will you ignore the signs ahead of you, choose to do what you know you shouldn't do, or will you walk the road paved just for you? It won't be easy, but it will mold you. It will also reveal some things to you, maybe even instill what you believe is important to you. But when you walk in your light, you find peace, wisdom, courage, and serenity. All that you seek is waiting for you somewhere within your light. So open your eyes and see, because it's time to get right. Booba voice. Truth be told, God works in mysterious ways. Don't tell me he don't. Because my mother picked this topic. I asked her to be a guest on this, I gave her this episode last month. My mother picked this topic. I picked a poem to go with her topic. And everything involving this topic, this situation in my life coincides. I needed to hear that poem because maybe my inability to walk within my light is what happened to me before this live happened to me. Maybe I needed this moment. Maybe someone watching needed this moment. And I say I want to be authentic. I say I want to be here for Black women. This is Black girl beauty. You have to be willing to be authentic. This is me struggling through my business live. And anybody who knows me, you don't even have to know me to know I don't do emotions. The sad ones. And it's crazy. Struggles in business, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Amanda is going to come in and speak to you on some business, financial, economical, real business struggles. And I'm saying real because personal things differ from each person. But business things that business owners know, Miss Amanda's going to come in and speak on it. And she can actually speak on both. And my mom is such a class act. If you don't know, go ahead and watch the prank I pulled on her a couple days ago. Link in the bio. I'm going to put it on there. But she's real good at keeping it together. And I say that to say she may not be emotional at all when she come on here. And that's another humbling experience for me from God, because that's just what it is. And this is me struggling through business, and she's going to come in and speak with you about it. And ladies, this moment, this is chatter. This is Black girl beauty, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just now tuning in, tell a friend to tell a friend. It is chatter time. I done took over the episode. I'm so sorry, Miss Amanda. When you come in, just go ahead and tell and explain everything. But ladies, I had a moment on this episode, and it's crazy for me. It really. Let's take a sip to that. However, still keep it cute. Miss Amanda is going to come in and tell us about business. The poem for tonight was to walk within your light. It had to happen. Everything that happened had to happen. This is me walking in my light. I can't be afraid to be emotional in front of my viewers, because you deserve to see that I'm a real human. You deserve to see that I'm really trying to change and grow, and that I'm learning from this show the same way that I want you to. Miss Amanda, go ahead and introduce yourself. And we're so happy to have you here. I know you've been watching and tuning in, and you already know what I got going on, and I'm emotional. So that's my struggle with business. And tonight, we're speaking on struggles in business, and everything that's happening in our lives at this moment coincides with this. And first and foremost, I want you to come in and speak on how to go through business when you're dealing with personal things. And then I want you to speak on how you grow through business when you're going business things that happen. Ladies and gentlemen, my energy, if it's bad, please excuse me. Pray for me. Hold on, Miss Amanda. There you go.
Hello, everyone. Indeed, it is an honor as well as a privilege to be here today. I am thankful and grateful that God has spared my life. One more time, I'll thank Uniqua for all that she said to you guys, her experience, her business experience, her poetry. You know, she always comes with it. And I'm proud of the woman that she is. I don't think she gives herself enough credit. She's doing a phenomenal job here on Black Girl Beauty Chitter Chatter. So tonight I'm gonna dive right in, guys. I am going to once she fixes the screen here, I am going to really unique. Well, I can't see the screen. I am going to I'm really going to be going into business, but tonight I want to hear from you guys. And I'm so happy that I have a few questions already that people have posted, and I am so excited because I want this to be very interactive. I'm writing a new book about business, and I want to know what your needs are. I'm doing some classes, I have some webinars coming up. I want to know what your needs are so that I can help you grow your business. I am Amanda Manigault. I am Black Girl Beauty Coach. And this is Black Girl Beauty. Yes, we have men on here as well. That's okay because this information is good for anybody in any business. But tonight, here on Black Girl Beauty Chitter Chatter with Uniqua Manigault, I am going to be talking to mainly my colored women. Why am I talking to my colored women tonight? Because we have the biggest challenges, not just in business, but in life, we have the biggest challenges. So that's why we're Black Girl Beauty, because we want to empower, inspire, motivate our Black women and girls. So tonight we're going to do that through entrepreneurship. And you know, I talk to women all the time, and I have to think back on the beginning of my career and the challenges that I had as an entrepreneur. Now, that was 40 years ago. Those of you who know me, you know I started on my front porch when I was 11 years old. So I count those years because why? That is business. And I teach young people right now at 11 years old how to open up their own businesses. So yes, those years are important to me. But right now, we're living in a different time, y'all. And everything that I talk to you about, I want you to think about where you are right now in your life. And when I say where you are, I'm talking about this world that we're living in and everything that's happening around us. The first hint that I want to give you all is I want you to think about for just 1 second, and then I want you to let it go. I want you to think about COVID-19 for a second. I want you to think about the tornadoes and the floods that's happening right now for a second, just for a second. I want you to think about that for a second. I want you to think about the school shutting down for a second. And you happen to homeschool your children even when you wasn't ready. You had to make that shift. I want you to think about that for a second. I want you to stop for a second. And I just want you to think about the now. Because tonight, as I talk about business, I'm going to mention some things. We're going to bring up some things and elaborate on some things. But I also want you to think about how does that apply to me right now? Because right now, the main thing I want you to remember is when the world is in an uproar, when trials come your way, when things are happening around you as a business person. I don't want you to ever forget this. Remember that Amanda Manigault told you this. Opportunities are wide open. The doors are wide open. Loans, grants, anything you want right now is wide open. Anytime negative things happen in your life, I want you to always remember there's a door open for you to walk in at that moment. So everything that we touch tonight, I want to also come back and show you how you can get through that thing. Because the doors right now, y'all, the opportunities are right now available to you. Okay, so we're going to touch on a few things. One of the things I wanted to touch on tonight was I wanted to go over 5 things that I think, and I talked about this a little bit. Did you want to say something, Uniqua?
Yes, ma'am. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I just wanted to take a moment to just congratulate you, Mom, on your amazing business savvy. And I'm saying that because it's motivating to see you working through business and everything and moving. And I've actually never seen you work in traumatic situations and still function.
Thank you, Uniqua. I appreciate that. Uniqua, thank you. I appreciate that. I want to try to take advantage of this time that we have because I have some questions on here that I want to touch. But before I touch on it, I want to say that I don't want us to get caught up on what used to be. Because 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even 2 years ago, the word on the streets is that opportunities are scarce for us Black women. That when we walk in the room, when we go to a networking event, that we got to knock down doors a little bit harder. We got to really prove ourselves a little bit harder because 9 times out of 10, it's not that many Black women in the room. We're standing in the room with a bunch of men who dominate the industry that we're in. Most of the time, that's what used to be. We're not going there right now. We're talking about the now. Remember, that's what I want you to remember, the now. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, when we walked in the banks, they didn't want to appreciate and value us colored sisters walking in the bank. The opportunities were scarce for us walking in the bank because of the color of our skin and our gender. But now, I want to say now, people are running around trying to find a way to help us colored women and girls. So I want y'all to remember that when you think about what you may be going through, when you think about what you may be experiencing with family and friends, Tanisha wrote down a question that I want to touch on a little bit. She says she's often feeling bad about not getting support from the people she expects to get it from. Tanisha, I experienced that. Tynesha, I experienced that. And I want to tell you, first of all, I want you to think about the now. You have no time and no energy to focus on these people who don't value, appreciate, and know who you are. You are a queen who's out here trying to run her business. And yes, that's one of the struggles that we experience as colored women. A lack of support, whether it be from our families, our friends, or the people around us. What I like to tell my young entrepreneurs is that when you first start your business, you're hoping and praying that your family and your friends and those who are close to you will support you. 9 times out of 10, some of them will, because some of them, just are happy for you. They want to see you well. Some of them might just support you that one time because they just want to say that they helped you. Some of them just want to know what you're doing. So they want to, whatever the reason might be for that. Somebody asked me this question just last week about dealing with family and business and friends. What I wanted to tell you, Tanisha, is to focus on building your business with those family and friends, but because in the beginning you do need that extra support, and you do want to go to those people that you know the most and hope that they'll tell a neighbor and tell a friend, because word of mouth is still the biggest way of advertising. I don't care what nobody say, the best way of advertising. So that's fine to get those people, but you don't want to build your business on them, because let me tell you, they come in flocks, they leave in flocks. When one of them get mad at you, they go with them. So you want to build your business. You want to meet people every day, Tanisha. Everywhere you go, your goal is to look the par and be the par and see the par and stand out the par and let nobody take that away from you. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, you let nobody take that away from you. You go and you build your business. You have to connect, Tanisha, with people outside of your family. You have to start engaging at networking events and getting yourself in front of the right people and telling more people about your brand. I tell people, one of the main questions that I ask people, how much time are you spending on social media? And then I'm going to back that question up by saying, depending how much time you're spending on social media, what are you doing with that time? Are you just scrolling down, looking at the nonsense that people are posting? Or are you looking for your next client? Are you in these groups interacting with people? I see you're on here tonight, Tanisha. So you're hungry for something. So these are the things that we have to do. Are you putting your information out there in front of people? Every day your goal is to meet at least 10 new people. And that's possible on social media. You got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got YouTube, you got LinkedIn. Everybody, first of all, everybody in your community, I don't care if you live in an apartment complex, everybody in your community should know who you are and what you do. Even if they don't buy from you, everybody should know who you are. Because one day they're going to need you. They're going to need your service. They're going to think about who you are. And every day you present yourself as that person. You present your product every day. You had a question, Uniqua?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, this is Chatter. Hello to everyone that is tuning in. Tanisha, thank you so much for interacting. Hello, Kanisha. Hey, Janae. I'm so glad that you ladies are tuning in tonight. So happy to have you here. And I'm so especially excited that you ladies are here for this episode, because business is so needed in our community.
Uniqua, I wanted to say one thing. Too, because before I forget, Tanisha, because she spoke on her prices too, that people think that her price, or maybe her prices are too high, something to that nature. Tanisha, I want to say to you as well that the way you start out is the system that you're building for your business. The era, who are you? What are you? The way you set that price is important. Don't you go down on your price. Your price is what it is, and you don't negotiate with your prices. You don't do none of that. Now you may want to give some coupons out from time to time to help build you up, and you got to know who to give those coupons to. You want to give those coupons, Tanisha, to people who's going to go talk about your service. You want to make sure you're being very strategic about who you give those coupons to, because people want free stuff. No, you're going to pick and choose when you're building your business who you want to give a free service to or who you want to give a coupon to. And once you begin to identify those people, what are they doing for you? If I'm giving someone a free service and tell nobody about my business, they don't get no free service from me again. They can't get a discount from me again. I can't even really give them my time anymore. So those are some little things you can do, Tanisha, but do not negotiate your price, and don't change your price, because I'm sure you built your price on your competition, and you've done your research on what your service, whatever service it is that you provide, you've done your research to find out what that service is worth. And whatever it's worth, don't you stray from that, regardless of what people say. What you do, Tanisha, is you continue to work hard, and you continue to put your product in front of the right people. Now, you have to know your target market. You can't have a $200 product right here, but you're in a $50 neighborhood trying to sell it. If you're selling a $200 product, you got to know what type of people are interested in your product. What type of people can afford your product? And that's the area, and that's the market that you need to be targeting. Those are the people that you need to be targeting. Because if you got that product, and you know these people used to go into the flea market over here, and that's where you're over here selling your product. And I know, I get it, because these same people who go to the flea market will go hunt and spend $200 on a pocketbook, or $200 on a shirt or whatever, but don't want to give you $200 for that product. But people have some things that they'll spend that $200 on. They'll give it to Gucci. Yeah, they'll go buy that. They'll go buy that name brand pair of shoes, but they don't want to give it to you for that product. That's why there are people who will love your product and who will pay for that product. But you got to find them, and you got to make sure you are marketing to those people. So that's what's key. But change your price. Nico, I'm sorry. You want to go ahead again?
I was just saying, if you're just now tuning in, go ahead and drop a like, drop a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. It is chatter time, and I wanted to piggyback off of what my mom said and give my insight on the sales side. Everything that she said is absolutely correct, Tanisha, as far as your prices. Don't ever go down on your prices. You are worth what you're worth. Your top of the line services should require top of the line payment. And this is something that I learned from Miss Samantha, and I thought she was going to say it, and since she didn't, I'm going to come in and say it. A wise business owner, a wise salesman will always have a dollar menu. And the dollar menu is not your best service, but it's what pulls the person in to show them your other services. And I'm going to just give you a tip on sales, because I'm a seller and I can sell water to a well. Let me tell you right now. What I'm going to tell you is, it doesn't matter how expensive your product is. You have to be willing, or you have to figure out how to sell whatever you're selling to anybody. And I'm telling you, it's possible because I've done it. I done sold makeup to men, learn how to braid tapes to people who would never learn how to braid. And you have to be willing, able, and capable to use whatever you need to use. Be aware to get it sold how you need to sell it. Like, sometimes a person buys what you're selling because they like you. They buy what you're selling because you made them feel good. And the price needs to be the last thing you give it to. And that's just on sales. Because sometimes businesses struggle because you can't sell. You won't always be in the perfect atmosphere. You won't always have people who are able to spend what your products cost. It don't matter what neighborhood you're in. All neighborhoods go through recessions. Everybody goes through things. And most rich people are cheap. Like, we buy the Gucci shirts and all. Y'all, I don't. But most of us buy the Gucci shirts and all of that. They be wearing Walmart shirts. And I'm saying that to say it don't matter how rich or poor a person is. If you say the right thing to them about your product, they're going to buy it. But you have to figure out what it is you need to say to get your product sold. And that is something that comes with being a business owner. When you're just an employee, you don't care. If it sells, it sells. If it don't, it don't. When you're a business owner, and this is a struggle that I know of with businesses, when you're a business owner, you have to be willing to get these items that you have in your business sold, these services that you have in your business sold. You have to do what needs to be done to make that happen, whatever that is. If it's not social media, you need to go out somewhere. If it's not happening when you go out, You need to give free, and like Miss Amanda said, if you're giving free services and those people aren't promoting you, I mean, don't give them no more services, but that's understood. But
so
make
let me
it clear
let me touch on
hold on,
something
wait
you
one
just
second,
said,
Miss Amanda.
Janiqua.
1 second. When you do a service for free, before you complete the service or do the service, have that person share have them share the before, and that goes with the after. This is what I mean by building your business and being willing to do what you need to do. You gotta go on and tell them. Go ahead and share me, Miss Amanda.
So there is a process and a system on everything. Sometimes as entrepreneurs, we just want to get out there and show our product and hope that people buy. But there's a process and a strategy even to selling. And there's a strategy that you must use. Even like she was just saying earlier, and I did forget that about the dollar menu. For those who don't understand that, it's just like McDonald's has their, $5 but they got that dollar menu too for when you bring those kids, and 9 times out of 10, you're not just gonna spend $1 there. You're gonna spend $1 plus $1 plus $1 plus $1. So basically, if I have my product over here that may be a little more than what I know the people can afford, that family or that group, and I'm still in the building process, and I don't know about me yet, I'm gonna have something that might be $1 or $2 or maybe $5, just to get them to support me, because those little $5 will add up until you're able to build that clientele up. And once you're able to build that clientele up, then if you want to get rid of that product, you can, or if you just want to keep it, because those little things add up, especially like when COVID hit and times got tough and people were looking for the least expensive products they could find. So that's just an example of what we're talking about, another way to help you build that business until you get yourself established. I'm going to give you another example of that. When I first moved to Georgia, I didn't know a soul. I had, a couple cousins here, but they were on the other side of town, and I went into a salon for the very first time. I said, I want to work in somebody else's shop. I want to see what they're doing. I want to learn from them, see what they have going on. I came from Pennsylvania, and I came from a commission salon where, we only ran strictly commission salons. And in Georgia, I was still working for myself. I was renting a booth, and my first time ever going to a state where they did booth rental. So I wanted to learn about the booth rental process. I wanted to learn what styles were they doing and how they were doing them and what the people want in this area. So I went in this salon, and my daughter Uniqua came in. She I had to come up in there because I needed to put somebody in my chair. At the time, I didn't have no clients. Like I said, I needed some work. I needed somebody to see me do somebody's hair. So I would have my kids come up and get hair. Somebody was in my chair. People didn't know who they were. So I braided her hair one day. And at this time, this is when the Spree Wells was out and the Iverson braids was out. And so the guy was working at the shop. He was a cleanup guy. But he saw me braid my daughter's hair. He said, "Oh, can you braid my hair for me?" And I told him no. And the reason why I told him no is because I didn't want to be labeled as a hair braider at that time. I just came to the city. My specialty was hair weaves. I was trying to get some weaves in my chair. I wanted some styles in my chair. I did not want to start braiding. I'm a dark-skinned woman. People automatically just think of African and, oh, she's a braider. So as soon as they see me braiding, she's a braider. So I didn't want to braid his hair. So I told him no. He was a little young boy. Can you braid my hair? Can you braid my hair? Because he would see me braid other people's hair. And, and I gave in to him. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and braid his hair. He just won't leave me alone. I braided his hair, y'all. When I braided his hair, it turned my business around immediately. Why did it turn my business? Well, this little boy, his brothers in the area. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they were very, very popular in College Park. And they knew everybody. So what happened is he wore those braids, and the people who they was dealing with saw his hair braid, and they all came running to me, getting their hair braid. And guess what? I built my business off of hair braid. And the braids carried me until I was able to build a clientele doing hair off the things that I was passionate about, because I love braiding, but I loved weaves. And I wanted to build a clientele doing hair. I didn't want to build a clientele doing braids at that time. So, but the point I was trying to make, find your person. There's somebody out there that is your person that will, you only need one. You get one person that will go put your name on the streets and say, she did this and she did that. And when you find that person, you give that that's the person you give some coupons to. That's the person you say, hey, come back on Friday. You find that person who is popular, who's gonna talk about you, who's gonna put your word out there, and they're gonna sell that product for you. And when you find that person, you treat that person well. And so I just want to touch on, if you're just not tuning in, this is Chitter Chatter. We're here. You know, if you stopped in for the very first time, I am Black Girl Beauty Coach Amanda Manigault. We do have a membership group for those of you who want to join the membership. I mean, we can only do but so much in an hour. But if you join the membership, let me tell you, we get deep. We dive deep and help you build your business. And I saw Kiwanis on here. Hey, Kiwanis, I have not seen you in a long time. How are you, Miss Lady? And I'm glad to see you on here. Thanks for all of you who are joining tonight. Nicole, Nikki Jones, Quanisha, I see you. I've been seeing you. It's good to see you with us tonight. Tanisha says proper and healthy skincare. Waxes, facials. Okay, she's telling y'all what she does. So that's awesome. So I had another question that came in from Ricky. And that question was, she's struggling with going from consumer. I think that was her question. Stepping from being the consumer to being a business. So, Ricky, that question could be kind of broad. I wish I had you on here to explain exactly how you were talking about it, but I'm gonna take it this way. So you're spending more money than you're making is what I'm thinking. And our first mindset, whether we're in business or not, we must stop being a consumer. We got to get out of that mindset that we have to always be buying and buying and buying and buying. And we have to get into the place where I want to make money, not give away money. And when you get into that mindset, it will immediately change your business. It will immediately change who you are, because you cannot make money if you cannot save money. You have to know how to save money, and we cannot be out here buying. Even for our businesses, we have to plan it out and say, hey, I'm going to start off with one or two products, and I'm going to get these products going first, and then I'm going to add this product in. And after I get this product going, maybe in July, I like to go by quarters: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, January, April, July, October. That's 4 quarters. We got 4 quarters in a year. And I like to use those quarters to say, okay, in January, I'm going to do this, and I'll do this all the way up. By July, by April, maybe the season's beginning to change, and getting ready for another. And I want to find, and maybe that's when I'll add a new product or a new service or something like that. I like to go by quarters, because it gives me 3 months to kind of try something out and see how it's going to work. But the main thing I wanted to say, another place I wanted to go on that question, Ricky, is as a businesswoman or businessman, whatever you are, you must stay focused on your business, and you can't not allow distractions to come when you're trying to build a business. It seems like when we go to do something, everybody else is trying to get our attention, or this person got this going on, that person got that going on, this is happening and that's happening. As a business person trying to build a business, sometimes we got to see it and not see it. We got to hear it and not hear it. We cannot be every place for everybody. We can't go everywhere. I missed a lot of holidays trying to build my business. missed a lot of events and engagements trying to build my business. Because when I was trying to build my business, I'm sorry, that's what I was trying to do. And everything else had to sit aside. My kids will tell you part of Uniqua's struggles is at one time, she wasn't thinking about working because I had Uniqua in a salon answering phones when she was 5 years old. On Saturdays, they didn't get to sleep in like normal kids. I had to be in that salon at 5 o'clock in the morning. So guess what? They had to be there too. So I was all about my business to the point where nothing or nobody was going to distract me from what I had to do. And there comes a time with you got to shut it all down. You got to shut it all down. You got to shut the spending money down. You got to shut down the going here and trying to be here and trying to do this and trying to do that and focus on your business. And when things happen, you got to remember, go show your respects. Go show up and pop up and show your face and keep it moving. You got a business. Until you get that business where you want, then that you need to be focused on that business. I'm not saying don't take a vacation, but I will say this. I see more of y'all young people taking more vacations and trying to build these businesses up and going on these cruises and going here. And I'll be saying like, wow, we wasn't doing that when we was trying to run our business, but we're living in a different time now. And I understand. I teach people to live the lifestyle that you've always dreamed of. And you don't have to wait until you're 60 and 70 to live that lifestyle. As long as you are focusing on that business and on that business, you can still live your life. And that's my goal, to help people open up their businesses and build their businesses, create success fast while building the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Because one of my downfalls is I work so much until I burnt myself out. And then I got to a point where I started making bad decisions. When you're burning yourself out so much and you're working so much and you're doing so much and you're carrying so much weight, until you will find yourself making bad decisions. And I did that to the point where I saw my life go down, because I was in a place where I was doing so much. So I respect and I teach people how to create boundaries and how to live a balanced life. And when you set priorities, if Thursday at 3 o'clock, I got to do such and such and such and such, my phone is turned off. I'm not taking calls, because I'm responsible and I'm committed to what I have going on for my business. And because of that, I cannot take those calls right now. I know it's gotten late. It is 9 o'clock. Let me see. If you are just now tuning in, you guys, this is Chitter Chatter with your host, Uniqua Managard, and I am her guest tonight, Amanda Managard, talking to us a little business tonight. Y'all know it is past time, but again, please, we have a free event coming up, and I believe it is October 16th. And it's all about women in business. If you are a woman in business and you want to showcase your product and showcase your business, this is a free event. We will be live, and as well, we will be virtual. So if you're in another state and you want to showcase your product virtually, you can do that. Now, there is a small fee to showcase your product, but your product will be going live on many platforms, and it is free for anybody to see it. So your products will be in front of a lot of people. So if you want to get your products in front of people, I will help you get your products out there. I am Black Girl Beauty Coach. I'm Amanda Managard. It's my goal to help some women and girls build their businesses. I have a braid class coming up next Saturday. If you or anybody want to learn how to braid, I'm telling you, I've been braiding hair since I was 11 years old. I am an expert. I can help you open your braid shop. I can teach you how to do every braid technique out there, and then turn around and show you how to get your license if you need your license. So this is a class that if you got a niece out there that needs a trade in hair braiding and maybe know how to do it a little bit, let me teach her. It's worth the investment. I tell you, when you're willing to invest in yourself and you're willing to invest in your loved ones, it's life-changing. It's life-changing. So I just want want to thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight. Please go to Black Girl Beauty. Click on the link right here. And this is Black Girl Beauty. No, that's the membership there. But this is Black Girl Beauty right here. Go to Black Girl Beauty, www.blackgirlbeauty.org. And please leave us your email. We have a new newsletter that will be out on October 1st. So I want you to keep up with what we have going on. In that newsletter, you'll be able to see everything that we got going on for the entire month. If you are not a member of Black Girl Beauty Inc., please join it. I'm sorry, it's just Black Girl Beauty. That is a group for women and girls, colored women and girls. We talk about things that matter in our community. We want to get together in our community and talk about things that are important to us. This platform was created for us, by us. And it's our platform to talk about things that affect our lives and help one another, inspire one another, and help build one another up. And we got some new things coming up, y'all. So I just thank each and every one of you guys. Tynesha, thank you for sharing your business information. Juanisha, thank you for joining us. Everyone, thank you for joining us. Please tap in so we can talk more. I love you guys. You be great. Uniqua left me on here. I guess she has somewhere to go. So I'm closing. In my closing, remember that you can be anything you want to be. You can do anything that you want to do. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody deter you. Tanisha, nobody. You don't, I won't say you don't need their support. You appreciate and you value their support. But there's so many people out there that need what you got. Go find them. Go find them. Go put your product in front of those people. They will pay your price. And I want to get with you so that I can find out or help you in some other areas that may help you build your business and put your product in front of the right people. Have a fantastic night, you guys. May God bless you.